Well, welcome back. And if you look at the Sanskrit language, it is a well structured and unique type of language. Compared to many regional Indian languages, it differs. In some respect, it is somewhat similar to the South Indian languages. The four language like Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, and Telugu, it is having most resemblance. And in some respect, it is having resemblance with the North Indian languages. Like all other language of India, we call North Indian languages. So if you see these Sanskrit scriptures, because it is easy and the scriptures are the best way to understand the meaning is in Sanskrit only, because it mostly deals with the lifestyle of the Indian continent, the way how people were living in every day. Even today, we are all living in the same style only, even though we have this Western influence and this technology influence, the way we dress and the way we eat, the way we do the conduct ourselves, everything changing gradually in the past 50 years. But still, the Indian style of life we can understand from all the scriptures of Sanskrit. So, a foreigner who is totally new to the Indian lifestyle, if he is not having any basic exposure, to understand the scriptures will be difficult. That's what I mean. Scriptures are best understood in Sanskrit only. That means we should have a clear Sanskrit knowledge. If someone is lecturing in Sanskrit, explaining the words and its connected meaning, that we should get familiar. If we try to lecture it in English or Chinese, Japanese, like that, then we have to use the other language. And the person who is lecturing in English, he is not knowing what these words mean in that English speaking country. So I may be using wrong words and you may be understanding wrong meaning, because we all understand from whatever words we use when we talk. So it is best understood in Sanskrit. For that reason, we'll have to study. See, if you want to understand the scriptures, it is best understood in that language. You want to understand something in English, you translate it into some other language and try to understand. Then you understand it not in English, but in some other language. So naturally, there will be some degradation of the information. But initially, when we want to learn Sanskrit, there will be some difficulties that can be overcome by practices. So initially, one have to do more practice. Say, for example, you want to do the cycling, you want to learn cycling, how to cycle. So you want to pedal the cycle and you want to ride the cycle on your own freely, but you don't know. So initially, someone is to help you, because you can't manage the cycle on your own. You will fall every now and then. So someone should help you. They should balance you and the cycle, and they should give you some guidance. How can you balance your weight, the cycle, and the gravity, and how can you pedal? So your brain is to do now so many activity, physical activity also to be done, the road also to be, the traffic on the road or the road condition, so many things your brain is to process now. So initially you need somebody's help. Then gradually you get to some stage. The first 1 week or 10 days, you try to balance yourself. The next 10 days or 15 days, you try to balance as well as you try to pedal. Both you do. Then after some times, you try to mount on the cycle and get away from the cycle. And after some 2 months, 3 months of daily usage, daily you are riding, daily you are playfully time pass. Like that, you are doing something with that cycle. And after some 3 months, 6 months, like that, gradually you study very well to balance, to manage, even to leave the hands and ride the cycle You can stand on the cycle and ride the cycle. Like that, in various ways, you learn. Say after some 6 months, 1 year, you are you are going to your school bicycle, you are going to market bicycle. So like that, 5 year you use the cycle. And for some reason, you have a break of 10 years. So 10 years you haven't touched cycle. But again after 10 years, you want to ride the cycle. Your brain totally brings back all the knowledge it learned, and you can ride the cycle. Even after 10 years of not using it, you can ride the cycle. Similarly, while learning Sanskrit, initially you need the help of teacher, and initially you need to overcome by practice. The teacher can give guidance, and according to the guidelines, you'll have to practice. The more and more you practice, the more and more your basics will become stronger. And the language structure, the sentence construction, the meaning, the comprehension, and the way of expression in that sentence. How exactly you are expressing some sentence in your language, exactly very similar to that, you cannot translate in other language. Because in that language, there is some other way of expressing the same meaning. So all that you will learn. Most of the Sanskrit text, now almost all the Sanskrit text, whatever I said so far in the earlier video or the earlier lectures, Itihasam, Puranam, and Shastram, Sutram, everything is in a compact and a poetic composition. So they are not written descriptively in paragraphs of text, which you can read and understand. They are all written in some poetic composition. Because it is poetic, it is very compact. So the words are to be broken, they are to be separated, and a sentence formation is to be done. And by rearranging the words, the sentence is to be made meaningful. And what is the meaning that particular shloka, that particular poetic verse is trying to convey, that we should get from some teacher. So for that, we require the help of whatever I said, that referential guide, Bhashyam, Karika, Tika, Tippani, like that, Vyakhyanam, all those things are required. All the Sanskrit text, like Itihasam, Puranam, Shastram, Sutram, like whatever we study, they are all centered on Darshana. Darshana, I told that 6 Darshana mainly. Astika Darshana. That is Nyaya Vaisheshika, Sankhya Yoga, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. On this Darshana only, because that is the lifestyle of Indian. The Vedic way of lifestyle. And even today, people are living, even though in a modern way they are doing day-to-day activity, but in the Vedic style only they are all living even today. Though we are not doing puja, mantra, all those things, but the lifestyle is centered on darshana only. So if you don't get the idea of those darshana, then all the Sanskrit text to understand will be difficult. So a general exposure on the different darshana is essential. And you can understand that darshana in Sanskrit, if I give a lecture on those darshana, by reading those poetic composition or the sutra, breaking it and giving the meaning. For that, you require a basic level of Sanskrit language. Then only you can understand this very effective. Because of that only, it is easy to explain in Sanskrit and Indian languages. Why? Because the Indian lifestyle is not changed over these past thousands of years. At present, in the 50 years, it is changing. But we have different generations of people. We have 100 plus people, 80 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, 40 plus, like that. Crores of people are there in India. So many people have not changed to this lifestyle. So the present lifestyle, whatever is adopted by the school going, college going students in India, if it is to carry forwarded for 10, 15 generations, then only totally we may change the Vedic way of lifestyle. Even then, that will be preserved by a section of people. So it will go for a long way. Because of our lifestyle, even though we are speaking various regional languages in India, ultimately all those languages are originated from Sanskrit only. And in all the Indian regional languages, more than 60% of the words used in the regional language, they are all Sanskrit words only, including the Tamil language, who claim that I am a Tamilian, I am born, brought up, educated from Tamil Nadu. I studied in Tamil medium up to my 11th standard. I studied on my own so many Tamil literature also. I can understand that Sanskrit informations mostly they are available in Tamil literature also. Okay, it is a topic of the separate discussion. So the Indian language, if we explain or if we explain in Sanskrit, it will be easy to understand because we can relate to our lifestyle. If I try to explain in English, the English people's lifestyle is different. How they lived for the past thousands of years, their lifestyle is different. So most of the text will be somewhat looking odd. They can't grasp the inner meaning. And of course, help of a teacher is required. None can be. See, we humans always need the help of others, right from the child birth. We need somebody's help to get feed. We can't feed on our own. To walk, we want somebody's help. To learn, we want somebody's help. The language skills, we want somebody's help. Everything we need somebody's help. We can't do anything on our own. So that if we realize, then we can respect a teacher and we can give importance to the teachings. So help of a teacher is essential to learn Sanskrit. Not only Sanskrit, I said, humans always need the help of other human to learn, not like any other animal. No bird is helping the chicks to fly. They are all flying on their own. No lion, tiger, they are helping the cubs to hunt. They are hunting on their own. But humans in all walk of life, we want even after 60 plus, you want to get Atma Jnana, you want somebody's help. So we always need help of teacher. And whatever we study, that we'll have to daily practice also. It's not simply knowing something and you just understand and you forget like that. Then it will not make any impact on you. And it is a lifelong process. Learning Sanskrit is not like, okay, I did some 3 grade, now I understood everything like that. You can't close that topic. It's a lifelong process. As you grow older and older, as you learn more and more, you get more inner meaning and more nice understanding of the various visionaries who made so much contribution to the scriptures to understand, like commentary, bhashyam, tika, karika, all those things we can understand as we improve in our knowledge.